Welcome to my teeny tiny talk show. One of my favorite parlor games is getting people to tell me what is the one thing that they hate that everyone else loves. I don't like the Beatles. Okay, I'm gonna say it, I hate the Beatles. I know that they gave so much to musical history. They made a million hits. But I don't want to hear about the Beatles. I don't want to hear about the White Album. I don't want to hear about Rubber Soul. I don't want to hear about Sgt. Pepper's. None of those things. Also don't like Taylor Swift. Also don't like Beyonce. Bring on the haters. Anyway, we talked to a bunch of the editors at the magazine and one intern to find out what they actually also hate but that everyone else loves. Let's go take a look. Pew, pew. What thing do you hate that everyone else likes?
I hate magic.
Movie theaters?
Yep.
Live concerts?
Outer space.
I hate space.
Game of Thrones.
Brunch?
Yes?
Halloween?
Going to the movies.
I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but I don't really like art.
And then the one that I hate the most?
Yeah.
Soup.
How can you hate magic? It's called magic!
I think it's really embarrassing that grown men, because it's usually men, try to act like we don't know that they're just fooling us.
Tell me about why you hate outer space.
I just don't get the obsession with it.
Soup to me is the equivalent of having a hot, not sweet smoothie.
Why do you hate going to the movies? I love going to the movies.
It's loud, the snacks are expensive.
The reason why I hate Game of Thrones is that it's all a big game of marry, kill, basically. Except for it's rape, marry, kill. Which is what, supposed to be some sort of trenchant commentary on the treatment of women in what era? In the fantasy land?
I don't get it. I don't enjoy looking at it. I wish I did.
Yes.
It's a shortcoming. I would say it's one of my top 10 shortcomings is that I don't like art.
It's not too shameful. I find that there's things on the list that are more shameful. I'm looking at you, Michael.
Obviously, you're not actually cutting that woman's legs, or you're not taking a rabbit out of a hat, and then we're supposed to freak out when it's just a long game of look over here.
Okay.
I don't get why we spend so much time and resources and money on figuring out what's out there.
What do you want the money to be spent on here? World peace.
Yeah, or just, there's lots of famines and
steak dinners for
droughts
everyone.
and
Maybe no steak dinners actually because the cows are destroying the earth. So
yeah,
vegan
no.
tempeh feasts for everyone.
Yes.
I don't understand why people want to have vegetables that are mashed up in a bowl and call it a meal. It's so weird to me.
I don't understand why people want to grind up kale and put it in a jar and drink it and it tastes like garden garbage.
I don't want to get caught breaking in snacks.
That's true. That is very stressful.
Just a real deep-seated fear of authority.
It's I always bring this gigantic tote bag with me full of crackling chip bags.
And there's boobs for no reason whatsoever.
All the artist statements a lot of the time, they're so wanky. Why can't you just talk about your art in a normal way using normal human words? The modalities of the textures of 19th century colonial impact.
It's just so much. I feel if anything happened, I'd have to clamber over people to get out of there. I'm just always looking for an escape route.
That's you're a spy. You're where's the nearest exit? Watching someone do great sleight of hand is watching magic. Wait,
oh
my God, no!
And then it's also theatrical. It's like a high school play or community theater come to terrible life.
Okay, what?
No way. Oof.
Okay.
It's always so ridiculous.
If you were offered a chance to go into space, would you say no?
I would probably say no.
There's a chic press trip to Mars, and you're I don't want to do that.
I think it's so weird when I go out with anyone for dinner and they order a soup course.
And there's the time play, that game that everyone's always playing, and they're it's time to play, and it's who wants to play time play? No one wants to play that. Pew, pew, pew.
Also, Khaleesi needs to get where she's going already. Come on.
She's like Frodo, where they're always just trying to get to the Mordor place with the ring, and she's just always in the desert, always getting married, always having pieces. Now she's in the pyramid. Now she has one dragon, now she has two dragons.
And she just sits around and lets the dragons do her stuff. Yeah.
She does have chic hair though.
And I think there's a lot of other art haters out there. They just don't want to admit it.
And you're just coming out of the
like
closet?
art.
You're
Don't
no.
like art.
That would be a deal breaker if the guy's I'm into magic. So yeah, nope, no dice. I never want to see you do magic, you.
Okay,
It's a boner killer.
no Mars colonization.
No.
No space ice cream.
No.
No chic space suits.
No.
The idea of the hot soup and then cold soups, that's even worse. But I can't.
It's essentially like a smoothie.
I can't even get into that. No, but it's it's vichyssoise, cold potatoes and soup. No.
Was Ben Affleck in this movie? Yes or no? Meow, meow, meow.
And I admire creative pursuits, but I just would rather do anything else but look at art.